There are over 170 service learning classes offered every single year at Fresno State. Those classes involve upwards of 3,500 to 4,000 students in roughly 115 to 130,000 hours of service through those classes alone. And those students in those courses are able to develop academically, personally, and professionally in ways that they wouldn't be able to in a traditional lecture course. And overall, the university provides over 1 million hours of service every single year.
So I'm the director of the Community Services Department. In the Community Services, we oversee a wide variety of different programs, which I think is one of the things I like the most about my job, is because every day it's something different. And really our goal is to serve the entire community. So I've truly grown through the ranks, and my relationship with Fresno State is I feel this compelling need to give back to the program that just really set me up to be successful, to do something I love. So going through an internship myself and then getting a position, a full-time position shortly after I graduated, so I was very pleased to feel like, wow, I know this stuff better than I thought I knew. So the Department of Recreation really sets them up to know what they're doing before they get into the profession. We call it now project learning in our after school. It's having these students actually do it hands-on, learning a technical skill. And so if there's any encouragement I can give is don't let these volunteer opportunities pass you by. I had a young man call me who we just gave him an opportunity to do some community service work. And he called me to tell me what a difference it made in his life, that he actually graduated from college, got married, and is now going to be a teacher. And I almost cried in the sense of I couldn't remember who the young man was, but he definitely remembered me.
In experiential learning, faculty members really take on a different role. Instead of the sage on the stage, the traditional lecture format where they're the expert, they become a facilitator in student learning, and they bring their expertise and match that with the students' experience in the community.
Our ultimate goal is to enhance quality of life for the communities that we serve. Our students focus on group development, so they understand the stages of group development, how to facilitate programming, how to set up programs as well. Those are the immediately transferable skills that they're learning in class. Growth in students can be pretty interesting, but also amazing. So it's a really great opportunity for students to find that thing that drives them within community servicing. Typically what we tell our students is finding the agency that you're interested in and selling them on your ability to bring community together. While you may not see us out in the community, we are there.
We preserve history, artifacts, family stories, legacies. The whole point of the Historical Society was to preserve Fresno's history. And today, the Historical Society, we manage the Kearney Mansion Museum, and it's available for tours and events. When you don't give yourself time to understand why people made certain decisions in the past, their thought process, what resources were available to them at that time, then you just keep making the same mistakes. We're not just looking back 100 years ago. We're making history every day. I'm so glad that I found a tourism emphasis at Fresno State. That really helped me to set the stage for the ag tours that I direct. I am very grateful that the Historical Society allows me to expose that through educational tours and historical preservation of our local ag stories. And so I don't think I would have imagined that I would be here at the Kearney Mansion Museum a decade ago.
If you're having a bad day, sometimes I have them, so I would come out and I would look at my favorite animal and she would just brighten up my day and I'd be okay and I'd go back to work and, continue my work. And then same thing happens with volunteers and our guests. It's just coming to see animals and seeing them enjoy enrichment and their exhibit and just everything that you built, it just kind of brightens your life. I manage all the capital projects, which is the new construction and exhibits, and I manage their budgets and their timelines. So, for example, the Kingdoms of Asia exhibit was a $34 million project. So I managed all of that. And that included, curator costs, life support systems, construction, and then just the overall budget for that. I majored in recreation administration with an emphasis in commercial recreation and special event planning. So I did, utilize a lot of what I did learn in what I do now. The Fresno Chaffee Zoo has become a destination for not only our community, but worldwide as well. We have a couple of exhibits that have won awards, and so we're featured in magazines and websites, and so people come to see that. It just brings the whole tourism industry back to Fresno. So we are assisting, bringing everybody, kind of as one community. There are a lot of volunteer opportunities, and one of the most prominent ones that you'll see are the docents, and they walk around. Some of them have different color vests, some of them have blue shirts, some of them are like a khaki color, and so they're kind of here, they're kind of our eyes on grounds, and so if anybody has questions, they can ask them. The big wins for me is when the project is complete and I get to see all the guests come in and their excitement when they're looking at what we had just built or what we just opened. And it was the same thing for events when I was at the convention center. My aha moment was seeing everybody come in, taking photos, and just enjoying themselves during the event.
Fresno State students who have these experiential learning opportunities are prepared to be leaders in our community, in our nonprofit and for-profit organizations, where they really enrich others' learning when those individuals come in to volunteer.
I felt like I still had something to give. Felt like I really needed to continue to work in service. I'm the Director of Research and Education at Paralyzed Veterans of America, a veteran service organization in Washington, D.C. Service learning experiences, or what we called in the old days field work, is an opportunity to see the career that you're going into. I met people living with disabilities, and particularly people that had become newly disabled and still wanted to go back to doing all the things that they had done before. And so the challenge to help them figure out how to achieve their goals stuck with me through my education and then throughout my career. We don't talk about if, we talk about how. Assess, assess, assess. Listen to the people that you're working with. Find out what they need and what they want, and help them achieve their goals.
The stories you've just seen exemplify Fresno State's culture of service, the value that we have for engaging students to making our teaching, service, and research relevant to community needs and preparing students for active roles in the community after they graduate. If you're motivated to get involved in these kinds of experiences yourself, reach out to the Richter Center, and if you're a member of the community and this compels you to be involved in the community or be involved with Fresno State, we invite you to do so.